Burrow charges toward the fort, and all of a sudden Gale Force simply says, well, your cooldown is down, you're dead, my friend. And once he dies, they fell an entire level behind because they lost several waves at the bot lane, and they never really recovered from it.
All right, time to get into game number 4 here, as Gale Force has drawn blood against Team Expert. Illidan gets banned. Let's go.
They picked Towers versus Expert.
Yeah, they did. Yes,
Talk
they
about
did.
a bold statement after one win.
I am very happy about that.
You are. We'll see how happy I am about it after the game, I guess. Ariel and Illidan banned, so respect on either side for those strong heroes, but strong heroes for the team.
Wow.
Wow, task pick.
Yeah, that is, I mean, if they get it, they will immediately pick a Tracer, yeah.
Expected, I feel like, for Gale Force. So they commit to the Genji Abathur, being very confident to be able to deal with. It's not like the Task Tracer is a new meta by any means, especially for Expert.
And I love Tracer Genji matchups. It is so much fun to watch and dissect how these two highly skill-based heroes play against each other.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Expert with Tacita has, of course, other options than a Tracer, but on this map with Nick loving to play the hero, I would expect Tracer to be taken by them. I also love that they immediately ban out Illidan, not so necessarily because of the last map, simply because on Towers of Doom in Europe, Illidan has been one of the most highly prioritized heroes because of the pseudo global, how much pressure he can put on the top lane, for example, while still being able to join any team fight on the map with a hunt.
Where's our Dahaka? Is he coming in? Where is he?
For Expert, I feel like if they're going to pick it, this is obviously the case to do so, but I don't think they necessarily have to. Like, I think Gale Force, if it's given to them, it will show up, but I'm glad, actually, that they avoided going into that Dahaka. The only reason I think it would be worth that high of a pick, that high in rotation, would be because the Illidan, and then you're in fear to match the Abathur on the global sense, but they do so with the Brightwing anyway. So very all-in, very, you know, quick team fight is what Expert has kind of drafted into so far.
It should be noted, really, that this, like Tomb, is such an Expert favorite battleground. Yeah, Gale Force loves this battleground, but Expert, just like in Tomb, have only lost it once in all of Phase 2, and that was to Team Liquid. They are extremely strong here.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it earlier when we said Towers of Doom. Actually, we did off camera. You mentioned at some point Towers of Doom, and I only heard half of what you said.
Yeah.
I was like, I would love them to play Towers of Doom. And you were talking about Expert bringing us to the map. But now it was Gale Force picking it, so I was as surprised as you when I saw that.
They like to make a statement, I guess.
They definitely do, but it's really the case. I mean, if Gale Force wins against Expert on this map, I would say Expert is going to crumble on the 5th map. If it comes to that, I could definitely see them tilt so hard that they won't be able to recover.
What we're expecting for the ban here from Team Expert. The ETC gone. A lot of respect for a European ETC in this tournament so far.
If Expert is anticipating that with that ETC ban, there is going to be the Warrior pickup in this next rotation. A Warrior they don't want to deal with, but also Uther for the Divine Shield with Genji and Abathur is still available. They already have their support. It would likely lead to a Rhaegar for Akaface, with being able to pair that, give the burst heal behind the deflect of Genji.
I'm honestly just mainly looking towards not even the ban itself. I want to know where Gale Force is going to go, just with the style of composition that Experts already ended up picking up so far. I mean, Gale Force does have a composition that we see quite often through the North American scene, but I just don't know if I feel like the mentality of going like we're just going to play us is really going to be it here for game number 4. After I know you feel momentum after a game on Braxis holdout. But compared to the skill of that same strategy in North America, Gale Force would have dominantly taken that last game, right? So I still want to see some kind of Gale Force flavor, and I think it's got to show up in these next 2 picks, but I can't figure out exactly what it is.
Well, I was hoping maybe we would get K1 Pro to play Li Ming, but with the Abathur, that lends toward not. But there was one time when Michael Udall played Genji, and it was when they played versus Tempo Storm, so I'm wondering if maybe they want to have just this try to do a double blow-up comp, and maybe even go into a Diamond Skin and try to protect somewhat versus a Tracer. But knowing how Gale Force drafts, not having the Illidan, I would think that this should be a Dahaka or some sort of Warrior still for Mike.
How much do they play Sonya in these games?
It's actually very rare for North America, almost 0 Sonya games, and the only time we have seen it has really been Infernal Shrines.
Because right now, Sonya would have fit into that from a European perspective very, very well. But they're targeting Tracer directly with a variant. So you have the Haka for the top lane right now, and in direct counter to Tracer variant, which interestingly enough, in Europe has fallen off a lot. We've seen it at the start against Genji and against Tracer being played quite a bit, but Varian as a direct counter to Tracer is quite rare in Europe right now. Most of the teams don't really believe in his strength or that he offers enough beyond that.
What do you traditionally see when, I guess, from your perspective, Calder, what do you expect to see now on the side of Expert to be able to, like, do they even fear the Haka and the Varian that heavily on the side of Gale Force eSports when you have that Tracer because they are so phenomenal with it? Or do they, I mean, how many resources do they commit to deal with it? Any?
I don't think they fear too much. The Tracer here really, I think they absolutely believe in Nick with the support that he has right now, that he can make those plays. I would say for the top lane, again, you're talking, of course, with Hero. We have Leoric and Stitches. Not quite what I expected, to be honest with you. But right now, I feel Expert is extremely happy with this. We have seen so many teams. For example, if you look at Dignitas, Dignitas played Tracer even with a solo support against Varian in a lot of their setups. So with the double support and having the Tracer now, I don't think there is enough respect on the side of Expert. And they now have a ton of wave clear on their side as well. They have really good tools against the... I feel they have everything they need here. With Leoric, you can go into the Royal Focus build. You can double soak lanes if you want here quite easily after level, especially after 7 if you fully commit to the Lingering Apparition. You have with Leoric, as long as you hit your drain, also a decent matchup on the top lane. So,
is Akka going to pick Karazim? I don't think he plays him very much, does he?
He doesn't play very much Karazim, but he does.
I mean,
all right, so you have the Palm to either help out, or 7-sided Strike allows him to avoid pulse bombs, and then you've got that plus 2 protects from Genji and Varian.
But where do you get your kills? I mean, normally when we see a Varian composition, it's a lot about burst damage and the attempt to use a Jaina, a Li Ming, anyone that really can just combo off the stun that you have. Where do you get your enough damage to drop that one target against a Tacita shield?
You try to force Tracer to recall, and then Karazim can potentially go in. That's what we've seen Meriday do whenever he used to play Karazim versus a Tracer.
Or your window of double Genji.
Yeah, also that, a double Genji.
What if it gets weirder? What if it goes like, I don't know, something in my brain. I get this once in a while whenever North America's involved. It just doesn't add up to see them go in that direction. It's just, I mean, Calder is completely accurate. Where do you get your kills is the question.
Yeah.
Maybe
C-Smash? Like, it just change your... Okay, so the minute you see the double... the minute you see the double...
But you can dodge with recall
pressure
really easily.
But ignore Tracer. See, you were expecting Tracer to be the focus. They went double Warrior, and then now you go, screw it, we're killing the front line. You go C-Smash all into the front line. It's 7-sided. We'll be able to do a large amount of percentile damage. I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is not me going like, oh, I talked to Gale Force. We know this. But it is an option that, again, they've shown they're comfortable flexing, especially if they feel on the back foot of a comp.
I wouldn't hate it. It's simply because I don't know where exactly you get enough value out of your taunt. Usually when you have taunt, you're playing a cooldown game. You know your taunt is a 16-second cooldown. You know if you are up against a Rhaegar, for example, you're always trading up since he has to drop the Ancestral, since he never knows exactly how many resources are you committing after a taunt. Right now, what do you have? You have a Genji to jump in. You can say Karazim has also some on-point damage. That's definitely true. But do the two of them really break through the Tacita shield and all the heals? With everyone else, I mean, with the Stitches being there and also helping out, I just don't see it. So I wouldn't hate it as at least a thought process.
Well, we're about to find out as we go into game at number 4 here. It's Towers of Doom. Will GFE force it to a game number 5? That's the question on everyone's minds.
Thank you, Kalaris and analyst panel. And keep in mind, anytime you're in a maze and you can go left and right, there's always another option. You can go backwards. Colossus Smash or Taunt. How about Twin Blades? Always a possibility.
This feels like quick match all over again. But on a serious note, Tracer Tacita, we asked Expert leading into this tournament, what are your thoughts on the Tacita love that's being really prioritized? They said, look, Tacita Tracer, we love playing it. but we just hate versing it, and now they're looking to close out the series with it.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get it. Before Ethereal Angel turned into his role here of off-laner, he was a phenomenal tracer, and he's always enjoyed it. Team Expert said exactly this in the pre-game interview. They are here arrayed with a 2-1 score on the left in the blue. Expert, ADRD on Tassadar, Nick on Tracer. Ethereal Angel is actually on Leoric. It's going to be Nick, of course, Nick on Tracer as well. As a team, they like this hero. Curson is going to be on Brightwing and Bad Bunny on Stitches.
And for North America, looking to run this one the full mile, it's Gale Force eSports. K1 Pro on Abathur, King Caffeine on Varian, Fan on Genji, Michael Udall on Dahaka, and Arca Face on that Karazim.
Yeah, no, according to Meriday, the phenomenal support player from Korea, Karazim is the way to deal with Tracer. From a support perspective, you get the Divine Palm, which I think is the heroic we're going to be seeing here to counter the Pulse Bomb by Tracer. It's an easy way to proc and to save someone that needs saving. And Tracer is the only assassin here, so as long as you deal with that Pulse Bomb, you deal with much of what Team Expert is bringing to the team here. And then at level 16, you get the flurry of 1,000 fists. Karazim can chase Tracer, land a lot of fists on her, and that is just 1/3 of the HP of Tracer. And you get up to 3 charges. At level 20, you get Epiphany, you get up to 5 charges. Karazim can be the ninja, the predator, to chase down Tracer.
And not only Tracer can exert a lot of damage onto any member on this Team Expert roster. And speaking of, Brightwing has been heavily prioritized as a ban on the side of Gale Force eSports. They decide to leave it up, and this time Expert take no chances in securing it for themselves.
So let's see what Team Expert can do with that denied support pick till now. I think the cool thing here is the story of who picked this map. Gale Force eSports has selected Towers of Doom, one of the maps that cannot end in 6 minutes, unlike every other map in the competitive HGC hero pool, map pool. And so if the game goes long, you will get to Karazim level 16, you will get to late game Abathur scenarios, and that is, I feel, where Gale Force eSports' composition shines.
Absolutely, as we begin the first Alter phase, sporting in 20 seconds and both teams taking no risks. They're going to go straight for the Sappers, but because it's only Bad Benny on his own, he does need support from the rest of the team. Abathur, meanwhile, in the bot lane. K1 Pro opting again for this symbiote, sustain, almost support hybrid build again.
Yep, the double card-based build. 40% extra shields, the persisting shields when you leave with the symbiote, so you can quickly go around the map and add that one. I wonder whether he'll take networked carapace at level 7. You add group shields to your entire team. Would be nice against the spread damage of Stitches, Tassadar, but it remains to be seen at level 7. For now though, Gale Force eSports get the one altar, and everyone goes to the bottom. It's one altar apiece, and there's one more remaining.
And Kaldor mentioned it, he wondered whether this Leoric would be going for the Royal Focus or not, and he has, but Brightwing is the talking point right now. He does fall on down. It's the first blood for Gale Force, looking for a second. Nick is going to use the recall, and he's looking to get away, but it's not going to be enough. 2 kills, too quick.
Recall happens, but that's what Genji is waiting for. That's a triple takedown here by Gale Force eSports. They're down 1 and 2, but they get the 3 takedowns, 2 out of the 3 altars, and a solid lead. And that is so good for them. I cannot stress enough how good, considering they rely on later game to deal with this composition by Team Expert.
We saw there a cheeky little B-step in the bottom lane there. We're speaking to these teams, asking them, you know, what is the meta? So, well, apart from the picks themselves, it all has to come down to getting a kill, using your spray, and using the B-step. Playing the mental games, letting them know who is the boss.
Yeah, and you know, Team Expert, they have not really felt the heat on their shins yet until now. Gale Force is bringing the pressure. They had a relatively easy first series, Team Expert, they did, and you know, here Gale Force is ready to fight, to make this into a good series.
Michael Udall in the top lane, once again on a hero that can exert that split push pressure. Team Expert trying to posture, trying to get some aggression. Whenever that shield is available for Nick, he is getting aggressive. He is pushing into that. He wants to find some kills.
Leoric with Royal Focus, doing that double soak. 50% bonus damage on the skeletal swing. Big move on Tassadar. Dimensional shift is out. Can Mike Udall hit the drag tongue? He does! But he gets interrupted by a point-blank hook by Bad Bunny. Nice peel. Aka face.
The support's traded out there. ADRD all series long has been dodging death like the plague. But Aka face does fall in the end. and puts Expert on the score sheet.
Nice turnaround there on Karazim. First takedown here, first blood for Team Expert. And the next altar phase is being announced. 2 there shall be in the middle and the bottom as well. Leoric continues to soak double lanes. Question will be, does he join the altar phase before the next wave? Looks like he'll be doing one more wave. Gale Force have to choose if they play for greed or they play for trade. Will they try to get 1 or 2? Same thing for Team Expert.
He is going to begin the channel, but ADRD going to take no chances there with that Psylocke Storm looking for it. They're going for the burrow charge.
Gale Force eSports for the greed. They abandon a free cap in the middle, trying to get the other one protected. Blocks the pulse bomb here. Gale Force wants it all, but in doing so, they will actually forfeit the middle.
And Efira is rocking up now with the Royal Focus, wants to join the party, wants to join the fight. Michael O'Dowd does sneak it in, he picks up the shots, and that's the all-important factor here.
Such a big risk by Gale Force eSports. They had a free 1-for-1 trade. They were not sure where Leoric was. Could be double soaking, could be coming to the middle. They actually give away mid and very nearly get the bottom one cancelled, but they kept it on time. Well done by both teams here. Very even.
Fan doesn't have that. Ooh, the reflect wasn't available. He does survive. Damage isn't ramped up just yet without Quantum Spikes. Both teams very close to level 10 right now, and King Caffeine especially looking for that one. And as you mentioned, Twin Blades of the Fury, would that be the call? I'm thinking Taunt, but it could be anything right now. Gale Force with the map in their hand, the shots in their hand, playing it well.
And of course, we're always hoping for an underdog heroic choice from Varian, our only multi-class hero. But Taunt is probably exceedingly likely as the level 10 choice. Gives a bonus health, gives a bonus armor, and that ability to do a lockdown every 16 seconds, I believe it is. Get a 1 second lockdown on one enemy hero. It's a silence and a forced attack onto Varian that allows him to reset his parry as well. Gets that taunt. Dragon Blade, and we get the adaptation for Dahaka. Divine Palm, Ultimate Evolution.
Taunt comes out and instantly they shred on towards it, but Arcaface is pumped upon himself. He is very low.
Oh, nice save there by Abathur. Preventing the awkward need for a Divine Palm that will either just about proc or just about not proc. Nice save there. Arcaface stays around in an attempt to defend the bottom fort. It goes down. Nice move by Team Expert and perfect timing.
Absolutely, and what I'm really looking at here would be for the Brywing. Gone for the Emerald Wind. The utilization of that ultimate can single-handedly make or break a team fight for them.
And probably Karazim will not be having Cleanse the entirety of the game, as Cleanse comes at level 16, but it competes with that damage talent. It can deal with Tracer oh so well. A 1-for-1 trade here, but of course Team Expert has 4 bell towers. That means they will shoot 5 as opposed to the 3 of Gale Force. Nice little lead for them. They make good on their 4-point deficit. Now it's only a 2-point deficit.
They are in the bot lane looking to clear this one out, but Nick has other ideas in mind, wanting to put a bit of a defense. Reflect very early on burnt out, but a cyber agility is used as Bad Benny goes for the hook, but not today.
Quantum Spike is available. No sappers will be pushed in, so King Caffeine actually needs to stay. Oh no, he's actually losing the XP from that minion wave for free. Most of it anyway. I think he caught about 1 or 2. In the meantime though, Leoric, nice by Gale Force.
Yeah, a lot of Expert were locked up there in the bottom hand side of the map, and they find the opportunity, and they just go straight with it.
Holding out for a 2-2 here is Gale Force eSports. Expert looking to close this out and face in the winner bracket finals against Team Fnatic.
That's the taunt, and they have the clone as well, looking for the kill. Nick already zoned out completely, waiting for the shield, waiting for the lifesteal. K1 Pro on that clone Genji, trying to keep Expert away.
A very early and scared polymorph by Curson on Genji. He said, I've just about had it with you ninjas. No more Dragon Blade, no more swift sweeps into the middle of my team. Tassadar was a little bit low, 30%, and he did not want to run the risk of Genji jumping in there with the second Genji, the copy, or maybe a symbiote, potentially could, where he could get Tassadar. A fight with no real winners, but Gale Force eSports does get the spoils of war in that sense. They get the Sapper Camp. Now level 13 apiece. 1 altar phase.
Level 13 in the hands of both of these teams right now as Gale Force look to set up a trap. Expert a little bit hesitant here. Not too sure what to make of this, waiting for ADRD for the Oracle. There goes the Sonic Storm, and instantly they react. Caffeine going in for the taunt. They just collapse straight on towards Curse, and Brightwing deleted!
Brightwing, Carson goes down immediately. Fan though, he goes down as well. Pulse Bomb will catch him out. Akaface with the Divine Palm will get procced. In an exposed position though, Akaface
he's
looking
living
to fall here. Not yet though.
The taunt and the turner, and they're looking for a Fira, and they might have just done it. It's a 1-for-2 right now.
Very nicely
Gale
done.
Force run out of steam. They may just decide to back away, take the altars themselves. But maybe there's other ideas.
Gale Force eSports has the wind in their sails. They're looking to sail onwards to another altar victory. They get that one. 4 shots and they continue to fight. Bad Benny goes down as well.
Flirting with death, and he does finally fall, looking for more. However, Michael Udall forced to back away as the turnaround comes on. This is an extended team fight, and Gale Force surely hoping, looking to be the victors.
And Tomb in 1. And Tomb, no.
Wow, the fight continues, Grubby. And you can't cast Entomb when you're in that Wraith form, but he sure as hell wishes he could.
Of course, a good trade here for Ethereal Angel. He threatened the Entomb. There was no way that Gale Force could know whether it was up or not. Leoric falls, but at the same time, so did Akaface. Divine Palm was on a 9-second cooldown. That's a good trade for Team Expert. As you can see, Leoric is already back, and Karazim is still missing on the map. Very even game here between the two. But it looks like Gale Force eSports is edging out. Advantage after advantage.
The execution though, just the synergy, the taunts there, and bam, within that small window, they get the kill, they take out Kirsten. But the fight continued, it went on for such a prolonged amount of time.
Yeah.
But still, Gale Force with the advantage, as you mentioned, 6 shots in their favor. And that's really what it comes down to. If you can't push the core, you've got to win the objective and deny things like this, those sappers.
The Haka gets polymorphed, 50% of his life, Michael Udall. Didn't have nor didn't need the adaptation, which comes back in about 8 seconds. And now we have that 5th altar phase. It means 3 altars will be spawning once again. An immensely tactical phase where you better hope you are ahead in numbers or in hero levels. 16 will be granted if they can get that 4th, and they do. It's 16 at the same time by both. Taunt on Tassadar, no more dimensional shift. Genji now has a valid target on Tassadar.
Forced to burn the bile to get themselves out of that one. Gale Force desperately looking for a kill, wanting to try and min-max as much as they could. Given that Expert had the advantage of the shots 5-3, they really can't afford Expert to pick up too many of these.
1 apiece, the Haka and Leoric. Of course, that's 1 more shot for Expert and 1 less for Gale Force because they control those 4 towers. Expert. Now everything coming down to this final one. The Haka burrows in. Will meet Leoric. Nice trap there by Ethereal. He knew how the Haka will think, where he will go. A lot of damage on Udall.
The Stitcher's hook misses. The clone is out there. They're waiting for the taunt. Fans in the backline got the Dragon Blade ready to rock and roll. The polymorph is there, however. The taunt onto Leoric, not the target they want. They are looking to back away, but now it's Expert's chance to come on in.
Fan dropping so low with the double storm there. Akaface babysitting him basically. In the meantime, the copy distracts. Nice movement here by Gale Force eSports.
Absolutely, and it's good enough for them to find 2 kills over Expert, turning a finger around and get the hook, but he gets the dash out of the way. Hunting for the triple kill. He's buying time, but Expert turn it on a dime.
Disaster here for Gale Force eSports. They lose 3 members of their squad, with Divine Palm still being up. The isolation by Expert with Emerald Wind was very well done. Capably done. Expertly done.
And I like that.
I had to say it.
Just like that, we are suddenly back to even playing field. 18-17, soon to be even more in favor of Expert as they look to take the boss.
We have the Banner of Ironforge for Varian coming out, the 20 armor at level 13. He has the Shattering Throw. It deals extra melee damage to Tassadar shields, and he gets every now and then, every 30 seconds, he can throw a sword that deals up to 3,000 bonus damage to shields, immediately invalidating the value of Tassadar shields. Very useful in dealing with that. It removes the leeching plasma immediately, and it has been a key tool in dealing with some of these post-13 fights. Gale Force eSports is licking their wounds. They're trying to get back their groove in the game. Now the problem is, Sappers have been captured, and the bottom altar is still belonging to Team Expert, the bottom bell tower. Instead, they take a risk. They go for Leoric. Free kill, but now they need to rush to the bottom lane.
Absolutely, they do still have a little bit of time. Those Sappers, as you can see, only now about to reach that bell tower in favor of Expert in their control, looking to escort them in, get another 3 shots for free. But Gale Force will want to say something about this.
Hook on Tracer, Polymorph. Genji, sorry. Genji takes a lot of damage. Arcaface will keep him alive for now. The Sapper's getting closer and closer. 1 more remaining.
Michael Udall has decided to go to the top lane. But
Another
Arcaface gets
hook.
hooked in. He's polymorphed. He can't use the bomb. They get that kill. They snipe him. They had him locked in the sights, and they find that kill. Expertly done.
Greater polymorph, increasing the duration of polymorph by 3/4 of a second was the exact key that they needed here to take down Karazim on time. So well done, such an important hook. And had they not done that, everything would have evened out here, right, for Gale Force eSports. But Expert now in a very good position. They get another altar phase. They get 3 Sappers. There's no one here to stop it.
7 shots left on the core for Gale Force
4.
eSports.
4 now, another 3 go in. We are down to the brink. Gale Force has 1 more chance in this game. They need level 20, then they need a team fight, then they need to win everything else from that point onwards.
Do they have it within them?
It's a hard situation. They are already under the gun here in terms of the points. They are 2-1 down in the best of 5. They cannot afford to lose this one. And yet they're so close to losing. Let's see when the boss will be up. Shouldn't be too soon. 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yep. And this is when it gets scary right now. They have vision. Bad Benny waiting over the wall, looking for the hook. They have control of the bot lane. Arguably the best part of the map to control, as you can do things like this. Control these Sappers, look to your own. Go and take the enemies and push those in. Bao comes across, however.
Yeah, Putrid Bao to save himself. He does not have the upgraded Bao. It will last 8 seconds. He's got the hardened shield to save himself from potential blow-up comps here. Varian along with his buddies. Now charge on Tracer. Full retreat by Team Expert. Genji going in. There comes the Haka. Oh no! That was way too soon to drag tongue. He does have the bonus range.
He gets a palm off, however.
Nice.
Beautifully done by Arcaface, literally saving Gale Force eSports' chance of taking out this series.
He dies, this game is over. His reaction speed was fast. And that was Quantum Spike gone for now. Tracer with the 10% on the ult. Dragon Blade comes out.
That's the clone as well. They want to force the fight. The polymorph is down right now. K1 Pro in the back line with them. They're trying to find that 1 kill, that 1 reset, that 1 chance for it. Dimensional Shift comes out, and Curson does fall!
No,
he's gone!
Wind! They interrupted the Emerald Wind! Gale Force eSports, 1 for 1 though. Karazim goes down as well. The Dragon becomes, oh, he goes down as well. Nick destroys Genji, goes down. Only the Haka with Abathur, Twilight, Archon is still available.
They've done it! Expert get their kill. They get the wipe. Only Abathur remains, but they can't do anything about this. 1 altar, 1 shot, and Expert like that still keep up Europe's dreams.
The huge all-in there on Curson's Brightwing. But the turnaround was too good. Team Expert take it 3-1 over the #1 seed of North America. The full audience here in Kiev, Ukraine goes wild. Expert will move on to the winner bracket finals.